When you talk about a blank check player, there are very few blank check players in the National Hockey League. Very few. Like, there's a handful of them, in my opinion. Then there's players that you tend to negotiate with. There's a lot going on around Connor McDavid right now. We're going to get into a lot of new rumors surrounding his contract. But, guys, welcome back to Pixel Plus Hockey. If you could make sure to hit that subscribe button, it would be so greatly appreciated. And thank you to those that are already supporting me as well. Now, when it comes to the Oilers and Connor McDavid, for me, it's always going to be 8 years. You can still sign a player to 8 years, might I add, and I would always want a player like this 8 years. Okay, that's not always going to be possible, though, because the player, from Connor McDavid's perspective, he's probably saying, I don't want a long-term deal, not because he doesn't want to be with the Oilers, but more because he wants to ensure that the Oilers are competitive. If the Oilers could guarantee to be a cup contender over the next, 8 years, I don't think he would have any problem sticking around with the Oilers. Now, when we talk about teams that have a chance to win a Stanley Cup, you can point to Vegas, you can point to Florida, but he's not going to probably go to those teams, I would imagine. So Edmonton Oilers have went to back-to-back Cup finals. I mean, it's just the reality, right? They are one of the top Cup contending teams, especially in Canada, obviously. I understand the Montreal Canadiens are like an up-and-coming team. The Leafs have been decent for a while, but this is the team that you want to sign with if you want to win a Stanley Cup. And honestly, it looks pretty positive that Connor McDavid is going to get signed because we have really interesting insider quotes here from insider Frank Cervalli. Quote, if I were looking at the Connor McDavid situation as best I can handicap it at this point in time, my guess is that it's not going to be an 8-year deal. That'll it be less than that. Probably 4 or somewhere between 16 and 17.5 million AAV. Those are just ballparks. That's the best I can glean at this moment in time. Not really even confident saying completely that it's going to be a 4-year deal. I still think it makes sense to get an 8-year deal and just be done with it. So let's touch on that really quickly. I actually am kind of leaning, because most insiders are saying that it is going to be about a 4-year deal for Connor McDavid. Now, when we talk about the AAV, 16 to 17.5 million AAV, and you're only getting 4 years, that is a bitter pill to swallow. I'm not going to lie about that at all. That makes me cringe a little bit, but again, I mean, he's just that good. I picked the Oilers to win the Cup this year. I think that when McDavid is here, I do not think that he will be denied. The quote continues, if you're Connor McDavid, the last thing you want to do is go through this again, and you know he has so much leverage and control that if he decides after 4 years or 3 years or whatever that the Edmonton Oilers aren't getting it done and he's not going to have a chance to win there, well, the best player in the world just raises his hand and says, I want out, and they're going to have no choice but to make that happen. So I don't think the shorter-term deal lights a fire under Edmonton's arse any quicker than anything else, just something to keep in mind. That is a really interesting quote, because I'm actually not sure I agree with this take, because I do think that a shorter term deal would actually light a fire under his bottom or whatever, because it makes more sense, because they will lose him because he's going to UFA. Like, I'm sorry, if Connor McDavid raises his hand and says, I'm out of here, the Oilers don't have to do that, and the Oilers can then get assets for a player. Now, they're going to respect Connor McDavid and say, do you want to go to Vegas? Do you want to go to whatever competitive team or wherever the competitive team happens to be? But, I mean, again, I'm sorry, I would want him under contract, but I think that a 4-year deal from Connor McDavid's standpoint puts Edmonton in a precarious position, and it keeps them on their toes, if you understand what I mean. Listen, all in all, it's a good thing that McDavid is getting done. He's clearly staying in Edmonton. All of this stuff about him leaving was nonsense. I said it from the start that he's going to stay. Now, hopefully I don't have egg on my face and he gets traded or something like that, but that's not going to happen. He loves Edmonton. He wants to stay there, and that's what's happening. Now, shifting gears, we have more signing rumors about the Edmonton Oilers that I think is really, mostly really, really good, depending on how you like the players. So So we have an interesting quote here. Extensions coming for several Oilers not named McDavid. Trusted analyst Bob Stauffer was on Oilers Now recently and was discussing the future of some Oilers, and while most of the talk surrounded McDavid and what his next deal will look like, Wallman, Podkolzin, and Ekholm were mentioned by Stauffer as players he could see having extensions completed by the end of August, specifically August 28th, close quote. Now, this is really, really important. Now, of these, I mean, first off, Ekholm is obviously a very, very important player for Edmonton. There's absolutely no doubt about it. He is quite good. He plays a lot of minutes. He's still a serviceable top 4D. Wallman for the Edmonton Oilers, he was quite important as well. When he played for San Jose, he was playing like 23 minutes a night. And then when he went to the Oilers, I think he was playing, I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. He was playing like 21 and a half minutes. Now, his contract right now is about $3.4 million. This is one thing, Wallman that is, that I am going to be keeping a very close eye on. I'm super interested to see what he gets. Question of the video: what do you think Wallman specifically will get? I really want opinions on that specific player, or Ekholm as well, because I like Wallman. He's not as old as Ekholm. I like Wallman. I'm just really, I don't want him to get paid too much, because you have to have players that outperform their contracts, especially when you're about to pay McDavid 16 and a half, 17 and a half million. You need Podkolzin, Wallman, and Ekholm and all of these guys to outperform their contracts. If you just have everybody getting paid what they're worth or more, it bogs down your team, and you're just not going to be as good as you possibly could, if you understand what I mean. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to leave this video here. If you can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, guys. And make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.